All right, men, let's talk frankly. If your mornings aren't what they used to be, and I think we both understand what we're talking about, you need to hear this. You're already drinking coffee every morning, right? What if I told you that adding a few simple ingredients to that cup can really help with blood circulation, energy, and yes, those morning situations that used to be much more reliable? My name is Alice Michael, and I've spent over 10 years helping men deal with these issues as an expert in men's health. I've seen thousands of men struggling with similar problems, and honestly, sometimes the best solutions are not in the medicine cabinet but in your kitchen cupboard. Before continuing to listen right where you're from, very interesting. Today I'll show you exactly what to add to your coffee to turn it from a wake-up drink into something that truly supports your productivity all day. And before you think this is some alternative medicine, know that everything I'm sharing today is backed by real research. Write in the comments where you're from and what city. We're talking about peer-reviewed studies, not internet rumors. But what's even more important is that real men in my practice have been using this successfully for years. Look, coffee is wonderful. It gets your blood circulating, wakes you up, gives you a mental edge. But here's what happens. Regular coffee gives you that spike and crash. Your heart beats faster for a while, then you're reaching for a second cup by 10 in the morning. And while it temporarily improves circulation, it does nothing for the underlying issues that really matter after 50 years. Your testosterone is dropping, your blood vessels are becoming less flexible, and that quick caffeine hit? It's like a band-aid on a broken pipe. What we need to do is turn this coffee into something that actually addresses what's happening in your body. Same morning routine, but now it's working for you in ways that really matter. Think about it this way. You wouldn't put regular gas in a Ferrari, right? Well, after 50, your body needs premium fuel, not just the basic stuff. And the beautiful thing is you can upgrade your coffee with things you probably already have in your kitchen or can buy for a few rubles at any grocery store. First, cinnamon. And I'm not talking about dumping half a container in there, just a quarter teaspoon, maybe half if you like the taste. But here's the thing, not all cinnamon is the same. You need Ceylon cinnamon if you can get it, not regular cassia from the grocery store. Ceylon has lower coumarin levels, which is important if you're taking it daily. Coumarin can be hard on the liver in high doses. Here's why cinnamon is so important. It's basically nature's blood sugar regulator. Studies show it can reduce fasting blood sugar by up to 29%, and blood sugar control is huge for erections. When your blood sugar spikes and drops all day, it's slowly destroying those tiny blood vessels that feed your penis. We're talking about vessels smaller than a human hair. They're the first to go when blood sugar gets out of control. High blood sugar causes something called glycation. Basically, your blood turns into syrup and clogs your vessels. It's like sandpaper on your arteries. Cinnamon contains compounds called polyphenols that smooth all this out, keeping your levels stable, which means better blood flow where it counts. But here's what's really cool. Cinnamon also has this warming effect that relaxes blood vessels through something called vasodilation. You know that feeling when you eat something spicy and feel warm all over? Similar idea, but gentler. The compound responsible for this is called cinnamaldehyde, and it actually helps your body produce nitric oxide, the same molecule that Viagra works on. Men tell me they feel more balanced energy throughout the day when they add cinnamon to their coffee. No jitters, no crash, just steady strength. One patient, a 63-year-old builder named Vladimir, told me it was the difference between needing to nap after lunch and continuing his afternoon work. Plus, it makes your coffee taste like you got it from some fancy coffee shop. If you've ever had Mexican coffee or Middle Eastern coffee, you know that this cinnamon-coffee combination has existed for centuries. These cultures figured out the benefits long before we had studies to prove it. Next, cocoa powder, not the sweet, hot chocolate stuff. Real, unsweetened cocoa powder, the kind that's so dark it's almost black. Just a teaspoon stirred into your coffee, and here's what happens. Cocoa is loaded with flavonoids, specifically epicatechin and catechin. These are the same compounds that make dark chocolate healthy, but without all the sugar and calories. These flavonoids do something critical. They boost nitric oxide production. If you don't know about nitric oxide, it's basically the master switch for erections. It's the signal that tells your blood vessels to open wide and let blood flow in. When you're young, your body pumps out plenty of nitric oxide, After 50, production drops by about half. The more nitric oxide you produce, the easier and firmer your erections become, and cocoa has been proven to increase it naturally. One study from the Journal of Hypertension showed that men who consumed cocoa daily had blood flow improvements comparable to some medications, but without the side effects. We're talking about 30% improvement in flow-mediated dilation, which is doctor speak for how well your arteries open. It also does something interesting with your mood. Cocoa contains compounds called anandamides, the same chemicals your body produces when you're in love. It literally makes you feel good. There's also phenylethylamine, which is a natural antidepressant. So you're not only supporting physical performance, you're also getting your head in the game. And let's be honest, half of performance is mental. Anyway, another benefit nobody mentions, cocoa is loaded with magnesium. Magnesium is crucial for testosterone production and muscle function. Most men are deficient in magnesium, and this is an easy way to get more. The taste? It turns your coffee into a mocha without the sugar bomb. If you find it too bitter at first, add a tiny bit of stevia or monk fruit, natural sweeteners that won't spike your blood sugar. Now, maca powder. This is interesting. It's been used in Peru for thousands of years, and they call it natural Viagra there, but it doesn't work like Viagra at all. Instead of forcing blood flow for a few hours, maca actually helps your body produce more of its own hormones naturally. Maca grows at 14,000 feet in the Andes Mountains in conditions where almost nothing else survives. This harsh environment makes the plant incredibly resilient and packed with nutrients. It has 19 amino acids, vitamins C and E, calcium, zinc, iron, magnesium, and a bunch of unique compounds called macamides and machenes that you won't find anywhere else. Studies on maca are quite impressive. A study from 2009 showed that men taking 2.4 grams daily, about a teaspoon, for 12 weeks, reported significant improvements in desire and performance. Another study found it improves sperm production and motility. But here's the kicker, it's not a stimulant. It's what they call an adaptogen, which means it helps your body adapt to stress and maintain balance. What makes maca special is it seems to work on the hypothalamus and pituitary gland, the master controllers of your hormonal system. It doesn't add hormones to your body, it helps your body make more of its own. That's why the effects build over time rather than hitting you all at once. A teaspoon in your coffee gives it this slightly nutty, almost butterscotch flavor. Some men say it tastes like malted milk. Some men love it. Some need to get used to it. Professional tip, yellow maca is mildest in flavor. Red maca is supposedly best for prostate health, and black maca is considered best for energy and stamina. I usually recommend starting with yellow. The effects? Most men notice a difference in energy and desire within 2 to 3 weeks. Not overnight, but real sustainable improvement. The best part about maca is it's not just about erections. Men report better workouts, clearer thinking, and just feeling more like themselves again. One of my patients, a 67-year-old teacher named Anatoly, said it was like someone turned the lights back on upstairs. Everything just felt clearer and more focused. Okay, coconut oil in coffee sounds strange, I get it. But hear me out. When you blend a teaspoon of coconut oil into your hot coffee, it creates this creamy, rich drink that keeps you full and energized for hours. No morning crash, no hunger pangs, no desperate reaching for donuts at 10 in the morning. But here's the science part. Testosterone is made from cholesterol and fats. Good fats, not trans fat garbage. Your body needs raw materials to make hormones. And if you've been on a low-fat diet for years thinking it was healthy, you might have been starving your hormone production. Coconut oil provides medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs. Unlike other fats that need to go through your entire digestive system, MCTs go straight to the liver, where they're converted to energy. It's like premium fuel that your body can use immediately. About 60% of coconut oil is MCTs, specifically lauric acid, which has antimicrobial properties and supports immune function. Studies show MCTs can increase testosterone levels. One study showed that men consuming MCTs had 20% higher testosterone levels than those consuming other fats. They also had better thyroid function, which is critical for metabolism and energy. Men who do this coconut oil coffee thing, or some call it bulletproof coffee, report stable energy throughout the morning, better mental clarity, and improved gym performance. The fat slows down caffeine absorption. So instead of a spike and crash, you get steady energy release over hours and over time, supporting healthy fat intake, supports healthy testosterone levels. The trick is you need to blend it. Don't just stir it in, or you'll get an oil slick on top that's honestly disgusting. Use a blender, one of those little milk frothers, or even a jar that you shake really hard. It turns into a creamy, latte-like mixture that actually tastes better than regular coffee. The texture is like expensive coffee from a cafe. Some men can't handle the oil at first. Your gallbladder needs time to adapt to processing that much fat in the morning. Start with half a teaspoon and increase over a week or two. If you have digestive issues, go back and increase more slowly. You can also use MCT oil instead of coconut oil. It's more concentrated, and some people digest it more easily. Last component, ginger, fresh grated ginger or even ginger powder. This stuff is like rocket fuel for your circulation. It contains compounds called gingerols and shogols that are powerful anti-inflammatories. They open blood vessels, reduce inflammation, and you know what? Studies show it can actually increase testosterone levels by protecting your testicles from oxidative stress. I know this might seem strange, but think about it. Your testicles are constantly under attack. Heat from sitting all day, pressure from tight clothing, oxidative stress from normal metabolism, environmental toxins. The temperature in your testicles needs to be 2 to 3 degrees Celsius, lower than body temperature for optimal function. When they get too hot or stressed, testosterone production drops. Ginger helps protect them and maintain their normal functioning. One 2012 study showed a 17.7% increase in testosterone after 3 months of daily ginger supplementation. Another study showed improved sperm count and motility. Researchers believe it works by increasing luteinizing hormone, which signals your testicles to produce more testosterone. In your coffee, ginger adds this warm, spicy kick. Not overwhelming, just enough to awaken your system. It's like the difference between a gentle alarm clock and a fire alarm. Start with 1/4 teaspoon of powder or a thin slice of fresh ginger about the size of a coin. Fresh ginger versus powder. Fresh has more volatile oils that give an instant circulation boost. Powder is more concentrated in active compounds for long-term benefits. I usually recommend fresh in the morning for that wake-up effect, but powder works great if you're meal prepping or traveling. Warning: ginger can be intense for some people. If you have a sensitive stomach, start small or take it with food. It can also thin blood slightly. So if you're taking blood thinners, consult your doctor. But for most men, it's incredibly safe and has been used medically for over 5,000 years. Now you're probably thinking, do I need to turn my kitchen into a chemistry lab every morning? No. Here's how to do this in real life. Start with one ingredient, just one. Try cinnamon for a week, see how you feel. Then maybe add cocoa the next week. You don't need all 5 every day. In fact, that might be too much. Here's the lazy man's version that still works. Buy pre-mixed cinnamon and cocoa. Store it in a jar next to your coffee maker. 1 spoonful in your cup, done. Takes 5 seconds. Or get good maca powder and just add that. Simple. If you want to get fancy, here's my power coffee for weekends. Brew regular coffee, add it to a blender with a teaspoon of coconut oil, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of cocoa, and a small piece of fresh ginger. Blend for 30 seconds. It's like a healthy cafe coffee that actually does something for your body. Don't overdo it. More isn't better here. Loading your coffee with all 5 ingredients on day 1 will probably give you digestive problems and likely turn you off the whole idea. Start small. Don't expect miracles. If you have serious medical problems, diabetes, heart disease, etc., this won't cure you. See your doctor. This is about optimization, not medication. Don't use sweet versions. Sweetened cocoa powder, candied ginger, cinnamon sugar. That defeats the whole purpose. We're trying to help your blood sugar levels, not spike them. And don't give up after a week. Your body has been working one way for decades. It needs time to adapt and respond to new inputs. Give it at least a month before you decide whether something is working or not. Here's what I want you to do. Choose one ingredient. I'd suggest starting with cinnamon because it's simple and most people like the taste. Add 1/4 teaspoon to your coffee every morning for the next 30 days. First week, just cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon every morning. Notice how you feel. Second week, add cocoa if you're feeling good, 1 teaspoon along with the cinnamon. Third week, try maca 3 times this week, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Fourth week, experiment with coconut oil or ginger, whichever seems more appealing. Keep track of how you feel, energy levels, mood, morning situations, gym performance, whatever matters to you. Use notes on your phone or just a piece of paper on your fridge. Rate your energy from 1 to 10 each day. Write down anything unusual, good or bad. I'm confident you'll notice enough changes to want to continue and experiment further. Most men who try this for a month end up making it a permanent part of their routine. And if you really want to go for it, try my 3-ingredient starter kit: cinnamon, cocoa, and maca every morning for a month. Total cost might be $15 for all three. The potential benefit? Feeling like yourself again. Gentlemen, you don't need to accept decline as normal. Your morning coffee can be more than just a wake-up call. It can be a daily dose of natural support for everything that matters to you as a man. These aren't exotic ingredients. You can get them at any grocery store. They're not expensive. They don't taste bad. And they're backed by both science and centuries of traditional use. So tomorrow morning when you're making your coffee, remember this conversation. Remember that you have the power to improve your day with a simple addition to your cup. Your body is still capable of amazing things. Sometimes it just needs the right fuel. Leave a comment and let me know what you currently add to your coffee. I'm curious what you guys are already doing. And if you try any of this, come back and tell me how it went. Your experience might help another man take that first step. If this helped you, hit subscribe for more frank conversations about men's health after 50. No judgments, no embarrassment, just practical things that really work. And share this with a friend who might benefit. Sometimes the best thing you can do for a friend is give them information that could change their life. Until next time, this is Alice Michael, reminding you that small changes lead to big results. Stay strong, gentlemen.